Hi, it's Carol Gonzalez at Stardust Realty. And today I am going to be answering the biggest question there is out there, which is how is COVID-19 going to affect real estate? Is it going to have a big effect like the last recession we had? Are the property values gonna drop? Because I'm waiting for the property values to drop before I jump in. Well, here's what's going to happen if it isn't happening already. Yes, we are experiencing a slump in pricing. Prices are dropping. But I'll tell you what, you will not find what happened in 2008, 2009. Why? What's the biggest difference? Well, the biggest difference is, I hate to say it, but let me see. The nicest way to put it is there is an absence of subprime loans or subprime lending or predatory lending this go around. What does that mean? What does that translate to? Okay, what it means is that a lot of the people who could not refinance because they were in adjustable rate mortgage situations, coupled by the fact that because it took a while for the lenders to catch up in the real world of loans, right? Because they were asking people for documentation like 3 and 5 times. And they weren't really modifying the loans. So the lenders weren't really stepping up to the plate, even though those were things that were tools that were at their disposal. So now we have not as many of the subprime loans, but what we do have, and we don't have those adjustable rate mortgages, what we do have is a more committed buying public, a more committed consumer. Because most loans, in most situations, people have to have 3% down, a minimum of 3% down. If they get away with 0 down, it's because they've had a grant of some sort, a grant that required some kind of hoop jumping. So, what does that mean when you have somebody struggling and going through all these hoops to get that down payment? It means that person becomes a much more committed home buyer. Now, don't get me wrong, the adjustable rate mortgage borrowers were not any less committed. Unfortunately for them, they also had some sloppy lenders or lenders who were too lax or not crazy about working with people and modifying these loans. Otherwise, how could you explain that they were asking for information 5 times, that it was never received, or not entering into loan modifications at all, and then proceeding with a foreclosure? So we're in a much different market, a much different type of home buyership culture. And so that means that while we may have a slump and there might be people who will decide to sell, you most certainly are not going to find, there's a lot of pushback right now in that there is a moratorium on lenders in foreclosing. So what that means for the home buyer culture is that people are much more committed, much more conservative, and again, like I said, there's more of a pushback on the lenders at this point because of the foreclosure moratorium. There's a whole lot of other ideas I have on this too, but those are generally the ideas, is that we have a much different culture of lending and borrowing, and so we don't have all the subprime loans. So the prices may drop, but they won't be drastically dropping like they did before. Okay, remember, we had properties that were in the so-called normal market were selling for, say, $500,000, were suddenly bought out cash at 150,000, for example, then what you have now is maybe there will be a percentage drop, but overall we're not going to have the ginormous slump because we have a few protections in place. All right. Hope I've answered some of your COVID-19 questions. For those of us, hang in there, hang on, it's worth it. You can do this. There is a pushback. If you want to buy or sell, give me a call. Carol Gonzalez, Stardust Realty. Phone number is 562-513-3255. Again, 562-513-3255. Hey, thanks for your attention. Catch you next time.